So, hi Nicole. Hi.
Hi Jordan, it's been so long. Yes.
So, talk to me about why you decided that this was the right role for you.
Yes, well, after my agent handed me the script, I was crying by the end of the second scene because this character just leapt off the page in a way that I'd never experienced in any of the scripts I've been reading. And so I picked up the director.
I didn't see you there. Yeah. No, my friend Nicole Kidman and I were just doing an interview for Actors on Actors Variety. Yes. Yes, because both of our films are qualified for the Oscars. So we're fighting. We're fighting for that golden statue. Yes. But you can leave now, Nicole. It's all right.
Oh, that's alright. That's alright. I'll just go back into your dreams because I was never real.
Are you getting up now? Okay. So even though my psychiatrist says that none of this is real, that I don't know Nicole Kidman, I am going to tell you about a very real experience I had working at Whole Foods. For years after graduating college, I hustled in Los Angeles. I would pray to the Hollywood gods at night to make my dreams of becoming a successful screenwriter come true. But the gods turned a blind eye. Eventually, I landed here, Whole Foods, a subsidiary of Amazon. Constructed on the dangerous streets of Santa Monica, my place of work was a big 30,000 square foot paradise of fresh food, pseudo-wellness snacks, overpriced yet desirable pastries, cleaning supplies, and celebrity sightings. Customers ranged from Pacific Palisades mommies to caravanning hippies who lived on wheatgrass and weed. When I was hired to work at their meat department, it was run by alcoholics, racists, and murderers who pushed their managerial power to its limit. And I would like to thank Jeff Bezos, the man us Amazon employees sent into a spaceship shaped like a penis, because thanks to him, and thanks to this job, I now have this nightmare experience that I can share with you all on my YouTube channel. Every morning I would get up and roll out of bed at 4 a.m. I would normally get coffee, but because I was scared of my roommates, story for another episode, I would run out of the house, get into my car, and drive 45 minutes to Santa Monica from Santa Clarita so that I could be in Santa Monica by 5:30 a.m. I would then spend the next hour and a half preparing the meat department of Whole Foods. What goes into preparing a meat department, you ask? I was teamed up with, let's call him Richard. Richard was a 50-year-old man who always had positivity and alcohol on his breath. Richard would have me rinse the display case for about 20 minutes while he went off and checked the inventory. I would set up scales, organize labels, and pull out the assortment of meats into the display case. Now at this point, I'm shivering because I've spent half an hour in the freezer. I am tired because it's 5 a.m. I'm angry because I work at a place that sells meat even though I don't eat meat. And I've probably been up all night worrying about how I'm going to pay rent, even though the night before I was working at my second job. And I've just spent half of my checking account on gas to come here. So the mood is dark. It's 7 a.m., which means the store is open, and that also means music is playing. Now I've looked this up, and music torture is a thing. Now I've thought about this, and I'm pretty sure the man or woman, I don't want to discriminate, Whoever's in charge of the playlist is probably a sociopath and has probably worked in Guantanamo Bay. Roughly 30 songs from the hits of the 1960s playlist would play over and over again all day long throughout the store.
Again and again.
And again the next day. Now, don't get me wrong, I love songs of every era. I have a pretty eclectic taste. But when you play it
Over and over
again, the same thing, you start to question your own sanity. I had some wonderful customers at my store. Michael Keaton would always ask for half a pound of filet mignon. Nice guy. Birdman. What's up, Robin Wright? She likes chicken sausages. Who would have thought? Finance guys who just wanted some boneless chicken wings. Of course, here you go. Elderly woman who just wanted some chicken feet. Absolutely. Yes. But there are 2 customer service stories that are carved into my memory. The first, a middle-aged woman who I related to in the sense that she likely would have been picked last on the volleyball team. She had these big bulging eyes that looked like they were about to fall out of her face. Whenever she walked, her hair would bop to the side like this. She was particular. She always called ahead to make sure we had a whole chicken that we could then cut into parts for her, even though we had chicken parts already prepared. She was nice and there was nothing inherently wrong with her, but there's no other way to say this. She was like a saw carving into my nerves. This rage boiled up inside me, the kind of rage one might experience if their parent was telling them to brush their teeth even though they were already planning on brushing their teeth. Or that teacher that made you do busy work instead of just letting you leave early. I would ask this woman how she was doing, but I wouldn't get a not bad or just fine or good, how about you? Instead, I would get a
I just bought $100 worth of kitty litter and my cat hates it. Now I've wasted all this money and I tried giving it to my neighbor, but then I found out her cat has kidney failure, and of course that's a shame for me because my cat considers that cat her best friend. And my cat is not really social to begin with, so I've just been thinking about my neighbor's cat all day basically, and how tragic it is that my cat won't have a friend come Christmas. And at work they just told me that they're switching to a new filing system. And of course they claim it's more modern, but I'm old-fashioned and I don't know that I want to use the computer for everything. Is it so bad that I want a file cabinet? What's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan, I've just had a long day, so I'm grateful to be here at the meat department. Did you make sure to keep the back? I always want the back. It makes great broth.
I tried to be as nice as I could be, but would often avoid eye contact, for fear of thoughts running through my head that would likely result in either a prison sentence or me being excommunicated from the Catholic Church. Not that I've seen the inside of a church in years. Sorry, Jesus.
Now, another favorite chapter in my book is the Pacific Palisades mom who came in looking like Annette Bening, but more tense and terrifying. Now, I don't fault her for being irritated with me, but because I'm on the other side of the story, I have to have my own back. So if it's a choice between her being the villain or myself, she can burn in hell. It was my first day, and I was put in charge of the chicken section because apparently that's the easiest. And this Annette clone, we'll call her Sheila, came in with her mom, and that is when the nightmare began. Hi, how are you today? How can I help you? Hello. I would like 3 organic chicken breasts, boneless. I would like 5 bone-in conventional chicken breasts, 3 chicken sausages, 2 pepper jack burger patties, and 6 80-20 patties. Got it, okay. I'm sorry, how many did you say you wanted? It's my first day. Oh no, that's okay, sweetheart. I was saying I want 3 organic boneless chicken breasts, 5 conventional bone-in chicken breasts, 3 chicken sausages, 2 pepper jack burger patties, and 6 80-20 patties. I'm gonna go run off and do something, but I'm gonna leave my mother here, okay? Got it, okay. So if you have any questions, okay. Sounds good. Okay. I have the memory of a goldfish. Blessing and a curse. I like to think of my mind as ruthless at retaining the information that's useful to my existence. Remembering the meats that this customer needed didn't count to my mind's top priority of things to keep. Scared to ask a third time what they wanted, I just start grabbing random products that I know are popular and throwing them into a bag. Oh no. Oh, sorry. 5 conventional bone-in breasts. That's what we asked for. Got it. Yeah. This goes on for about 5 minutes that felt like a century. The woman comes back, smiles, and asks, yeah, I mean, he's so incompetent. I mean, your brother works at NASA. That's hard. This is... How many times do I have to say it? 3 organic, boneless chicken breasts. 5 conventional bone-in chicken breasts. 3 chicken sausages. 2 pepper jack burger patties. And 6 80-20 burger patties. Right? Right? The word in that context irritates me. We all know it's the right thing because she just said it. Adding right is just a way to urinate on someone else and punish them. Although my morning shifts were early and likely connected to my poor memory, I was usually out by 2 p.m. But on days where my shift started in the early afternoon, I'd be out by 11 p.m. Remember the creepy music? Well, that really took a turn for the worse one night when I got stuck at the store after it closed. It's my first day closing down the store, of course. And I'm wiping down surfaces, I'm putting meat back in the freezer, and I'm grabbing my sushi from the sushi station, which is open to employees after the store closes, and the garage closes 15 minutes after the store closes at 10:15. Because it was my first day, I pulled the poop card. For those of you who are confused about that expression, I'm sorry. Part of closing involves using a vacuum to suck out everything that got stuck in the drainage pipe. So that can include dog feces that got stuck under someone's shoe, that can include used soap, raw chicken, and of course, water. I'm struggling to turn this thing on. I stick the tube into the drain, press the button, and everything goes splash. I was going to soak myself in chicken broth, but I am not that committed to YouTube yet. So just use your imagination. I'm exhausted, my back is killing me, my boots are ruined from standing in chicken juice all day. All I really want to do is go home, take a shower, eat my sushi, and watch some TV. But did God want me to have peace that day? Apparently not, because next thing I know, I'm driving up to the garage exit with a closed gate in front of me. I try to open it. I can't open it from the inside. I call my boss. He tells me to call the number by the gate. I call the number by the gate. No one picks up. I call the cops. Then I get put on hold. I hang up again. I drive back down to my parking spot and eat sushi while I cry. We've only just begun. After a few more minutes of inhaling toxic air and feeling sorry for myself, my tears dry up and I decide to go back into the store and look for a way out. Long story short, I find out you can exit through the front door. I leave my car there for the night, call an Uber, and decide to crash at a friend's place close by. Suffice it to say, not only was it a tough first day at work, but the rest of my time there was filled with stories like that. If I wasn't getting yelled at for mixing the ground turkey with the ground pork, Richard was getting in trouble for catcalling customers and vomiting all over the place. If it wasn't Richard, then it was Carlos, a man from Oaxaca, who complained to me that all the other Mexicans were being racist towards him because he was from Oaxaca and apparently all the grandmothers lived there and he didn't want to be associated with the grandmothers. If it wasn't Carlos, it was Isabel, the janitor, who also worked at the bagel shop across the street and before that did 10 years in prison for murdering somebody. I actually kind of liked her. She brought me free muffins and was really hardworking and really professional. So while I loved the $15 an hour, the free sushi, the 401k plan, the people there weren't really that bad, I just discovered that I'm not made for that kind of labor. Call me a delicate snowflake, but every time I went into that store, it was like my body was rejecting the idea of working there. Never again.